No.
That was like, no.
Oh, this way. I was like, I'm wrong.
Horizontal.
Let me do a vertical aspect because those are easier. Vertical, straight up and down, right? And it's something that the graph will not cross. What does not cross on this graph? 0, right? So horizontal or vertical asymptote is x equals 0. Correct?
Yeah. So can you do that every? Okay.
Is that because there's a 2 over x plus 2?
Oh.
So can you solve it with the equation?
And it's very tricky.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you won't be on the test.
Okay, so but if you do graph it, so if you want to find your horizontal asymptotes, your vertical asymptotes, you said like
This is a very awesome cheat.
Is there like a certain? Is it just like one specific number, or can it be a range?
It's usually one specific number.
What if it is a range? Like as in like they have one that's
Then you
3
put,
spaces above
you
the
put
other.
all of them.
So like 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Or 1, okay.
So x equals
But
0.
you need extra?
Yeah, it's extra.
Oh. You sure? Because file means hands back.
Wait, is it x or y?
Media file.
So y is x.
I think I'm going to use it. This is very informative.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Black Box? Yeah. What have you seen? What's the one with the 2 brothers?
Sorry.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Let me go to the cheat sheet real quick. This right here is a cheat sheet.
I like this cheat sheet.
I designed it for you.
Probably still in the ball.
I want you to notice how I put the formulas, then I put examples of how it works, right? That's how you make a cheat sheet. You put the formulas and then you put examples of how it works. Not just the formulas, because then you don't know how it works. Make sense? Now, if you notice, I have everything on here from chapter 2. Everything you need. This is yours. Do not write on it in terms of add anything. You can write your name. But if you add anything to this paper, when I walk by and check tomorrow, anything at all that shouldn't be on there, I'm going to take it and throw it away. And then you get no cheat sheet.
You look at my
You won't. I'm just kidding.
Wait, the.
Wow, Mark ripped up one of your tests. Yes.
I can really add something because like on these ones when it says the grade.
What does that mean?
P of x, I know it's by n and n, so I can't just write n and n on it.
That one I can be okay with. But in terms of like adding anything else, does that kind of make sense? In terms of changing that formula to where just n and m, that one I can handle. But anything else, you don't need any other extra help. This should do it. Does that make it good? Aiden, what's your
Never mind,
question?
I answered it.
So, again, take this home, but don't add anything. All right? And I would use this to make sure you guys are doing your study guide hand in hand. So, next question.
Is that all I have to do for 6?
Yeah, 6 also won't be on your test.
6 won't be on
What
the
about? You also know 5.
5, let's do 5.
5 was like, I don't will or won't. I miss all this.
Where is your seat, by the way?
Not over here.
Oh,
I swear these desks look so similar.
But placement of them is different.
Sorry.
Does monster fail?
T-chart.
Also, your desk is different over there. It doesn't have a rack. Okay. What do you do on this one?
Quadratic formula?
T-chart.
T-chart what?
Bottom. Or set the bottom equal to 0 first.
So,
Find the journey.
identify the graph of the rational function. This one I actually give you, a problem like this, because I actually give you the graphs that look like multiple choice. I find any vertical and horizontal asymptotes. So how do I find the vertical asymptotes? Find the zeros, right?
can't you do the quadratic formula for the top in order to like solve to get?
Let's find the bottom first. So we need to factor that, right?
You just take the.
Does it factor easily?
Yeah.
So that's like,
Right? Everyone good with that? So what is the vertical asymptotes?
3 and -1.
It's x equals 3, x equals -1.
I thought it was a
Now you want, the thing is why we didn't do that. Normally, so you're right, we factor this one, right? This one will not equal any of these.
So if you're trying to find vertical asymptote, just always try to get.
So you need to factor both, top and bottom.
Because you can't take the square root of 37, which is in the quadratic formula. That's the part that confuses me.
Exactly, so if you were to factor the top one, it doesn't factor easily, so you have to do quadratic formula. Once you end up doing it and you realize you're not going to get it, 3 or 1, just whatever, it doesn't factor. It doesn't factor nicely to what it will help you out. That's where it takes out. Think is like, do I need to continue because will it cancel anything out? You need to tell yourself, it won't. It's just stuff. You can go back to what the problem is. Okay? So vertical asymptotes, find the domain, set them equal to 0. What about horizontal asymptotes?
It's going to be y equal.
It's going to be 3 divided by 1.
So you need to ask yourself, and that's where it's on the cheat sheet. It's actually on the cheat sheet. On the back of it,
Oh, we get a front and back, that's so cool.
there's the 3 criteria, correct? If p of x degrees higher than the degree of the bottom, then there's no horizontal asymptotes. If they're even, it's linear coefficients. If they're the same, so even if it's lower, then we have y equals 0. Which one is this one?
No.
Are they the same degree?
Yes.
So why did you confuse? Well, why did you put p for q, p and q for n and n?
Didn't. I put the function. I didn't put n and m. I put the function.
What the function?
So basically it's the same thing though, isn't it?
There's the door.
Coulter, I'm sorry, man.
It's the same thing though, right?
This is not.
This is not.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just written differently.
So it's
Are they the same?
Yeah.
So what is my horizontal or yeah,
3 divided by 1, which is
3 divided by 1 equals what?
your horizontal.
3x.
Because these x squareds are the same, right? The same degree. If they're the same degree, you take the leading coefficient in front of them, which is 3 over 1, and which is y equals 3.
I have a question, Coulter.
Yeah.
Say the x squared on the top was placed, like the 3x squared was placed after the 1, would you still do 3 divided by 1 since it's...
Yes, because
Okay.
you do the degrees.
Okay.
Any other questions on that one? Is that good? Okay, next.
How about number 11?
Is that the fractional?
Yeah.
That won't be able
No, 10 is the fraction.
10 is fractional. 11 will, yeah, 11 will. Yes.
I got it just now.
Okay, so what do you?
So you do the quadratic formula. Don't you put a 0 in for b because
If there's no b, you put a 0 in. If there's no number there, you put a 0 in, correct?
yeah.
So quadratic formula.
So it's 0, not 1.
14 on the white.
Okay, so what does this number equal?
1,400.
Negative, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's our next step?
Take an I out, or take the negative out, right?
So you gotta break down the negative 1400, right? You gotta take the square root. The square root of a negative number is just I, correct?
Right.
Okay, what about 1400? Does a perfect square go into it?
Probably.
Probably 100, right? Think big. So, take the square root of all those. Yes? We get 10. Are we done? What should we do?
100.
Reduce. A lot of people, now this is where I don't know, because it's more than one person doing this. And I don't know how you guys learned this or why you started doing this. We only reduce what's outside of the square root. We cannot reduce what's inside the square root. I've seen a lot of people try to do that. That doesn't work. Think of this as a variable. You cannot distribute that in there.
What if there's not a square root?
If there's not a square
It's
root,
just like a plus.
then go ahead.
So do you
Alright.
mean like you can't divide it by 14?
You can't divide the square, like, the square root of 14 over 14 is just the square root of 14 over 14.
Can't be like.
It can't be the square root of 1. They don't cancel like that.
Because the square root of 14 isn't equal to 14.
Correct. Now, what's 10 over 14 though? What do they have in common?
2.
2, so I can reduce that down.
So 5 and 7.
And that is your answer. Questions about that one? Hey, Matt.
Can you 14?
I was about to ask that.
So 14. Is it negative 1? Negative 3i? Negative 3 plus I?
Yeah.
That's pretty much the problem in a nutshell, right? This is where, what? Go ahead. Conjugate. You have to remember the conjugate. The conjugate means you take your imaginary number and you flip the sign of it, and only the imaginary numbers. So what's the conjugate of negative 3i?
Positive.
Positive 3i, so that's one answer.
Yeah, I know.
What's the conjugate of negative 3 plus i?
Negative 3 minus 5.
Negative 3 minus i.
Wait, why wouldn't it be a 3 minus I just read?
Because you only change the imaginary number.
You only change the imaginary number, because the only way to get imaginary number is a square root.
So would you have to like solve that math anymore?
No, that's it.
Is this gonna be a circle?
Possibly, because it's very simple. And there's 22 questions, so I have to make hard ones and easy ones. This should like only take you guys 30 seconds,
Yeah, you know.
if that.
Unless you ever think it.
Next.
16?
Okay.
Wait, that's it?
So it's too good to be true. Ooh, is this P over Q stuff?
It is.
Ah, balls.
Which one's that? Oh, it just takes too long. Can we work on separate sheet?
Choose a what?
I'd see where
See
I'm
where
working.
I'm at?
on
For what?
the test.
You can write on the test.
I know, but can we do our work on substitution?
I don't know why you would want to actually get plenty of room at home.
I still have that much room, dog.
You haven't even seen the test yet. You don't know how much room you have. What do you do?
Put P over Q.
P over Q, right? So you need to factor this one, correct?
1, 2, 4, 5.
So why do we find the ones as Q?
It's X third, like the coefficient.
Q is the leading coefficient in front of the highest degree.
Yeah, but why do we have to find factors of that one too?
This one's nice because it's just 1. The other, if it was like 3 or 2, then we have to start considering the fact that fractions are going to be one of our answers. That's why.
10. Did you read?
Yeah. So those are all possible answers. So what do I do now? Do synthetic division.
Just try one.
Let's just try like the options that they give us for multiple choice.
That's what I would do. If I had multiple choice.
But it's probably not gonna be.
I don't know, they're all 1, 4, and 5. Yes, some are negative. But if you tried 1 and it didn't work, you'll automatically eliminate 2 answers, right?
Yeah.
You see where,
That's the beauty of multiple choice.
if it is multiple choice, that's how you do it. I would try 1 or -1 anyways, to start with.
That's the one that.
That's what the thing is, I would try -1 and 1 to start with, because that's easy multiplication, correct?
Yes.
Aiden?
So with this one, you can easily tell that it can't be a positive. None of them can be positive, because you can't take the other one to 0 if it's positive.
You can tell right away your first one shouldn't be positive,
Well,
right?
any of them should be positive, because if you look down here, and then there's only one answer where all of them are negative, so you can immediately do that, but with math, they have to be negative.
Duh.
Yeah, I don't know when sitting there doing.
Wait, is this
for
tape?
every single one.
Are you recording this?
And that's what you end up with, right? Can you factor that? Factors of 20 that add up to 9.
4 and 5.
4 and 5. -4 also.
So it's -1.
You should know how to do that. That one you should know how to do. Because that one's not too complicated. The one we-
Wait, so it's C, right?
I don't get the fraction one.
You don't which one?
Fraction one?
Yeah, that one's not gonna do it. What you could do though is graph in your calculator and see what one your answers are, and then just take division and do the rest.
Hey, Coulter, would the next ones be, so we got -1, so would it be,
So will we keep factoring from that?
5 and -4 or -4 and -5? 4 and 5?
Are we
But
factoring?
there's no answer on that.
It's all those.
You said it equals 0, right?
So it's -1.
Wait, so, but you already figured out that it's just, it'd be C because there's.
It's
there's
D.
an option, it's D, or D.
Yeah, so.
It'd be B.
That's
That's the
X,
B.
so it's the coefficient of your highest.
gosh,
degree,
we
so
don't
X
know.
equals
It's
Yeah, just because it's not
Maybe
equal.
1 inch. That's the negative fraction, that's like you said. So
So what you need to do on that one, that's exactly what we need to graph. And let's see what your zeros are. And go from there.
I did.
It's so fast.
In my head, I was thinking.
We did that.
61 on the second one,
I would
and then I did
simply divide one of
constructions and I ended up
those
with an 85.
Solve one of those for X. And then do something.
So you'll definitely know that.
19? Aiden, good with 19? 19? Alright, so.
Yes.
MD,
What is 19? You want to list all the rational zeros, right? List all possible zeros. You don't even have to find them.
Is it just the P and Q thing?
Yeah.
So if it's a negative, are they still gonna be plus or minus?
Correct.
How does that work?
Because it's plus or minus 17.
Yeah. These are factors. 15, correct? Factors 15 are
1, 3, 5,
5, 10, 15. Wow.
what's my Q?
1 and 3.
103. 1 and 3.
Factors.
1 and 3.
That's it.
That's it. Like I said yesterday, for those working on the review, the first page is the hardest page. If you would have flipped past it, you probably could have gotten a lot done. I did say that,
Okay.
right?
That's the,
That's the answer.
that's the.
Oh my god.
Like I said, the first page was the hardest page. I flipped it around on you guys. The first page is 2625. You guys haven't even got there yet. The course is going to be difficult. 21, it goes backwards.
On 20, whenever it has the x times x minus 16 and you factor that down, is that gonna be an x minus 4 and x plus 4?
No, because there's no square.
On 20? Well, whenever you set it out.
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Can you do 23 after that? Like, I'm probably, that's probably really easy for me to show this. When you run so see how fast I.
I don't think there is one.
Yeah, because there's like no, I don't know. Wait, there's probably some move for that. I don't know.
Line domain, right?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Take that.
Set the bottom equal to 0, so it needs to set each term equal to 0. X cannot be.
Those two.
I don't understand why it's set both. That's what, yeah, it just is.
If I plugged in
So you just,
0,
I thought you were supposed to solve it then.
Oh, X, okay, since there's two X's.
Hold up.
guys, we did that stuff in chapter 1, by the way. Domain. Don't overthink it. It was on. It's been on your test from the day 1.
23.
So you don't really know the 10X.
No, you just leave it.
Okay.
There's nothing there. It's just there to mess you up. That's half my test, by the way. Put extra stuff. I'm trying to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to realize that you don't need extra stuff.
I just get confused, like, when you need to set the bottom equal to 0, because I know you do that for, like, domain and stuff, but, like, with, like, vertical asymptotes and horizontal asymptotes and stuff, I get confused on when you need to set the top equal to 0, the bottom equal to 0, and both.
You only need to set the top equal to 0 when you need to find x-intercepts.
So just.
No, y, yeah, or yeah,
So
or,
you're trying to find. No.
so what?
You're trying to find 2 zeros, or no?
Okay, next.
For one,
So for 1, so if we look at number 1, which is a very good question, you do need a 4 on that one. Yes, you do not.
What number?
So 1.
How'd you know?
Number 1.
Number 1.
After this, can you repeat?
We're doing number 1 and 2.
After TP.
Okay. FOIL it. Because they're being multiplied together, right?
Right. These are the test. Star right.
mostly the first page is on the test as well. So -4, right? Plus 16i plus 8i minus 32i, correct? Or 32i squared? Is everyone good with that?
Yes.
That's just straight foiling. You have done foiling. What is new here? The I is new, right?
Oh, well, I squared is -1.
I squared is -1. You need to recognize that. It is on your cheat sheet. So that becomes what?
Negative.
Plus
Or positive.
Now combine like terms.
16 plus 8 is 30, 24. -4 plus 32 is 28. So it's 28 plus 24.
Waste, yeah.
5. That's so easy.
And I got that one.
Questions on that? Does everyone understand that one? No, number 2, right?
And on 22, would you just foil?
Hold on.
Or not foil,
He's on number 2.
oh,
So 5. What should you do with that negative?
Distribute.
Distribute.
Ah, crap.
Everyone forgets that. Guys, that's your order of operations. You have to distribute.
In dash.
So it'd be a negative I minus 9i?
So look,
And then 8. But you'd still subtract it out.
Then you just combine.
Okay.
I have no more parentheses, correct?
Yeah.
Can I combine like terms now?
For 23. Toss.
Good?
Yeah.
Which one do you?
23. I think it's y equals 0, right?
Huh?
Courtney is informed me that she.
how would you do this thing?
It is y equals 0.
I almost asked you.
Look at a cheat sheet. Look at number 2. Look at horizontal, vertical. Look at number 2.
If the degree of p of x is lower than the degree of q of x, and the horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. So that is a big fat one.
27, I don't know how to do that.
Which one was that?
Corey doesn't know how to do it.
Don't worry about it.
I still don't know how to do it.
Forget about it.
Graph it. Graph it. I'm telling you how I would do it.
Wait, graph
Yeah,
one.
which one?
Because if you really want to do that,
Three?
you have to do P and Q, right?
One, you just said big fat.
Correct? With that 24
23 is
being your
y
Q,
equals 0.
you're going to have fractions at the yin yang.
Which number are you what is he
Okay.
talking about?
Number was
And I
that?
think 27 is the one in question. What I'm trying to tell you guys, since you have a graphing calculator, remember how I always say use your graphing calculator as a tool and not just the end all? Here's your tool. If you actually wanted to do that, it would take you forever to do that in a test.
You just put your test.
That's the truth of it. Why give it to you on the review? Again, I want you to realize that it's going to take you a while, graph it. From there, find your intercepts. They're going to be fractions. They're going to be decimals. Then go backwards. Okay? The other option is you can FOIL all 4 of those until you get the right answer.
So this is something will be on the test?
No, 27 will not be. Or you can use, yeah, that's actually, you know what you could do? You could look at it.
They're all
I was gonna
positive.
say, you can look at it, it's all positive.
If you look at it, yeah, they're all positive. That means you had to multiply positives times positives times positives, or at least have 2 negatives in there. See, again, I'm giving you questions that, yes, if you were to do it mathematically, would take you a long time to do. But if you slowed down and actually looked at it and thought about how you would get something like that, you would find you don't need to do a lot of math. You just got to think about it.
On 28 and 29, the one, 28 says find real theorems, and the other one says find all theorems. Just find your good theorems.
do P and Q on both of them.
Okay.
Just the other one might have imaginary.
Oh, okay.
Right? Any other questions?
This one might have imaginary.
30?
30.
We're at 100.
We'll solve that one.
There's 30. Wait, okay. So what do you got to do on this one? Nope. Right up the standard form, so what do you have to do?
Multiply the top and bottom of the conjugate.
Multiply top and bottom by the conjugate, correct?
Negative
Of
five.
what? Conjugate.
The denominator.
Bottom?
The denominator conjugate.
So negative 5.
So negative 5i.
Yeah, you know.
Is it always the bottom conjugate?
Always bottom conjugate. So you have to distribute, right? So the top one's going to be what?
Negative 10i times 30x squared, or by 3.
Correct. Because the negative 5i goes to each term. 5i times negative 5i is?
Negative 25 squared. So it's positive 25.
The I squared is equal negative 1. So what do we get on top?
Negative 10i plus 30.
Standard form, the real number comes first. Are you done?
No. Wait, so we're just combining?
Simplify by 5. Simplify.
So, before you guys start to simplify, I want you to get in this habit.
30 divided by 25.
The reason why I want you to get in that habit is because some of you will just simplify one thing and not the other thing. That 25 goes to both terms. Alright, so 30 over 25, same as?
6 over 5.
10 over 25 is the same as?
5 over 5. 2 or 2 over 5.
2i over 5, right?
Yeah.
There's your answer. Alright, so let's go over what's on the test, and then you guys can maybe help you ask questions. So, what's on the test? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
4.
Seven and 9. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. 20, 21, 28, 29, 30, 32, 34, 35, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 47. Now, of course, that's more than 22 questions, but also some people ask, why would I put that on review if it's not going to be on test? Because you still need to know how to do stuff. Just because it's not on the test doesn't mean you shouldn't have any idea of how to do it. that would kind of be unfair to give you a review. That's straight exactly like the test. 'Cause what's the point of the test then? Okay.
No, 47.
7? I have a request for 7 and then 47. Good with that? 7. So, if you look at your cheat sheet, the front, look at standard form of a quadratic function. Is number 7 the standard form of a quadratic function? So, what is vertex in standard form? It's the h and k, correct? Where h is inside the parentheses, yes? Does it also flip sign?
Yes.
So, what is the h on number 7?
1.
1. What is the k? Negative 2. Then is it going up or down? Down. So go from there and just draw things down. Good? 47? I do like 47. It's awesome. Can. Now there's 2 ways to do 47. I have shown people several the other way. We're told we have x equals 5 plus 4i, right?
Yeah.
And x equals 5 minus 4i. Correct? Now, the first way to do it, which most people do understand, it's just a lot of work, is you realize they want you to get the solution. Those are your variables, they want you to get the function. So what you need to do, move all of this to the other side. So x minus 5 minus 4i, and x minus 5 plus 4i. Everyone understand that?
Yeah.
From here you have to FOIL. It's really not that bad.
And you do this every single time? Like you could do this every time?
You could, there's another way to do it.
Okay.
So x times x squared. X times negative 5, negative 5x. X times 4i, so plus 4xi. And then negative 5 times everything. Good. Everyone understand that? And then negative 4i times everything.
So you don't foil,
That's what I mean.
Just longer FOIL.
but you can,
Question? Everyone good with that? It's just foiling 3 things. Good? Combine like terms. So how I, huh?
What's the other way to do it?
I'll show that real quick. How we do it? Do I have any other x squareds? No. This I squared is going to turn into negative 1, correct?
Yep.
So this is 16. All right. Do I have any x's? Just straight x's.
Well, that's, no.
Negative 5x and negative 5x, right?
Yeah, it's negative 10x. And the 4xi is cancel out.
4xi, negative 4xi are gone. Negative 20i plus 20i, they what?
Cancel out.
So I'm left with 25 and 16, which equals 41. Now the other way to do it, which can be difficult because it involves quadratic formula and how much you actually think about it. If you understand that way, you stick with that way. Because I'm going to show this. If you don't understand this way, you do it this way. Okay? You have to go backwards. If you realize we have 5 plus or minus 4i as a solution. If you think about the quadratic formula, and the problem actually helps you out, it says the leading coefficient is 1, correct? So that tells us right away, a equals 1. Go next further, I'm not dividing by 2, correct? So that means at one point in time I did divide by 2. And then you also notice that should be a negative 10, because it's negative b out front. So, right there. And you have to go backwards with the ai. So you technically square that. And that equals there. But you have to go backwards, unsquare root it. Now you set this, and also you establish your b is negative 10. So negative 64 equals b squared minus 4ac. You plug in your b and your a and you solve for c. So if you were to do that, you'll see that c equals 41.
41.
Which is the same thing as over here.
So then, but so when it's the leading coefficient is negative 1, or like has the leading coefficient of 1, when you're doing the first way, does that like affect anything? So you just solve it.
Yep. Okay, guys. Again, do not write on that cheat sheet. Nothing extra. There was the question of n or m, because that's how the notes was presented. That's fine, but nothing extra. Trinity.
Do arrows and explain it more, or is it just like,
What do you mean?
I don't know, if like hashing down there and we like wanted to put it in our own folder.
I'll look at it.
I don't know how to do that, but
Now, make sure you guys get your stuff in, and the test is tomorrow.